This is week 9. We've got Eddie Vedder with us right now.
Break it down, child.
Tom Waits?
Eddie Vedder famously lives in Hawaii now.
Wow, good for him.
He did like a ukulele album or something a while ago.
With that singing voice?
Yeah, I think he's calmed down. I actually didn't listen to the album. That would have been a good album to pick for this year.
It would have been. But it's a big album, huh? Pretty huge. Well known.
I think when it came out, I think some people were a little fascinated by the idea of it, but I don't know how much it's carried on since.
Well, here we are sitting in Astoria.
Sitting in Astoria.
The sun is set. It's dark as hell outside.
Back-to-back episodes. Just got some food in us.
Oh, yeah. Nate bought me food. We bought off-brand mixed mystery meat cold cuts.
Cheap turkey, we think.
At this point, I've had 10 Milky Way bars. Don't bring candy to this castle.
I need to not do it. I'll take it. I'll take the Milky Way bars home with me.
Please.
Well,
they're almost gone.
I just bought that small pie from the grocery. I ate that whole thing right out of the...
I know. Even before anything else.
Yeah, that was the first thing. Dude, start with dessert and end with the entree. I don't know how people don't get this right.
I can't. I gotta end it on a sweet
Cheesecake Factory, cheesecake first, and then finish on a nice, savory pasta. I
just can't do that, man.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
What kind of pasta would you put with like a plain cheesecake?
Oh, probably like a bolognese. Yeah.
It's pronounced bologna. And that brings us to...
This is No Singles, a podcast where we discuss albums from front to back in an attempt to promote comprehensive album listening. I'm Nate.
I'm JR.
This week we are talking about Funeral by Arcade Fire.
Yes.
We're talking about Electric Warrior by T-Rex.
Another fucking great album from the aughts. I'm an aughts guy. The aughts indie rock is just...
Aughts indie rock.
There's nothing like it, dude. It's my favorite. Probably my favorite genre.
I love 70s classic rock, too. Or whatever you want to call it.
Glam rock.
This is glam rock, yeah, and I'm just like...
Less glam, more classic.
Falls into classic, but like at the time, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
People would be like, well, one day you're going to call it classic rock, but don't call it that now. You know? Yeah.
Dude, Nate, what's your deal with Arcade Fire?
Okay,
man?
dude. Arcade Fire, I never really got, you know? I never got the Arcade Fire thing growing up.
Interesting.
They were hard for me to access. I would just kind of like listen to them and be like, okay, I kind of get their thing.
Yeah.
But you
never did.
I went to, I remember when The Suburbs came out in 2011 by Arcade Fire, because it won.
That was a big one.
It won Album of the Year at the Grammys.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, they're a huge deal and stuff. And then, and Funeral, I saw the album artwork everywhere for that. Neon Bible, I picked up at the local library, and
nice. You rip it?
And I ripped it.
Yeah.
And I tried to listen to it, and I couldn't get into it. And it was just never my thing. So it was good that I listened to this album.
Cool.
It sort of like shifted my thinking on them.
It's an important album.
It's a super important album.
Really important.
Both of the albums on this episode are like really important.
Oh yeah.
Albums.
And they go together in that way.
They do, exactly.
Yes, again, another pairing.
What about you?
Dude, I always just knew of Arcade Fire, but I never listened to them.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't get it, I just never like listened to them until I was living in New Orleans and I found their song Wake Up.
Okay.
It's on this album.
Yeah.
And that's why I picked this album this week.
I will say that Waking Up is the song that I had like absolutely for sure heard.
Wake Up.
Because it's in a bunch of indie movies. And what indie movie is it?
Oh, I'm always thinking of Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Okay, yeah. I think it's in like a handful of others and like trailers for stuff. And,
oh, yeah, dude. It was everywhere.
It sort of became like a poster child for like indie rock. Which
yeah.
I think made it a little inaccessible. I think that's part of it. Is like I heard it being used cheaply for promotion a lot and stuff. And and then by the time that I like got around to being like, oh, that's Arcade Fire, and it kind of warped my view a little
I
bit.
see. They're a Canadian band, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's dubbed as indie rock,
Yeah.
chamber pop, art rock, baroque pop, and symphonic rock.
Interesting.
Yeah, super cool. Lots of strings, choir singing voices and stuff. Big giant sounds. This is their debut album.
It's their debut, dude.
This is their fucking. They had a little EP right before that, but this is like the debut.
That doesn't matter. This is their debut
album, man.
Holy shit!
Right? I have a big note for you. So Win Butler, he was born in Truckee, California.
Oh, he was.
I was so excited to tell you this.
Shout out to my old bandmates Zach and Jackson. Dude.
Yup.
Truckee, dude.
Yup. Truckee. In the band, we have husband and wife, Win Butler, and I don't know how to say her name. It's Regine.
I think so.
Chasagny? It's French or Haitian, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's Haitian. Yeah. Alongside Richard Reed Perry, Tim Kingsbury, and Jeremy Guerra. The touring lineup includes former core member Sarah Newfield and multi-instrumentalists Paul Boburn and Dan Bogner. Each of the band's studio albums feature contributions from composer and violinist Owen Pallett. So the name of the album, the Butler brothers' grandfather, who was a notable American jazz guitarist and band leader, Alvino Ray.
Yeah.
Chasagne's grandmother and Perry's aunt all died within several months of each other between late 2003 and early 2004, and resulting in, they were like, oh man, these funerals and all that. So they titled it Funeral. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a
pretty cool.
Great name for an album too.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
and it's cool because it's their debut album and it's called Funeral. Right, instead of like a farewell album, their last one calling it Funeral.
Yeah.
It's the breakout, which I think is pretty interesting. The cover was designed by artist/photographer Tracy Maurice. She did like really cool Japanese woodcut style stuff. So this album pops out in 2004 and it's a big fucking deal, dude. At the time there wasn't much like it, right? Like this big giant in like the indie world, like this big giant sound that would occupy like a Great Adventure or whatever. Nu metal was in its prime.
Yep.
You had Linkin Park and Nickelback on the radio.
And Korn.
Indie rock was split between the lineage of Built to Spill and Modest Mouse, and the garage rock resurgence of Interpol, The Strokes, The Hives, etc. So that's like what's going on.
Yep.
Funeral moved indie rock in a totally different direction. It was bigger and like grand, whatever the hell. And it was one of the first like art rock collectives.
Yeah.
Like the shit ton of people on stage doing all this stuff.
Do you remember how big the Hives were back in the day? They're gone. They're just gone. Everybody
evaporated.
Everybody that you just named, I can track their careers somewhat still.
Except them.
I have no idea what the fuck happened to the Hives.
They're performing at the Festival Esotero Picnic in Colombia.
All right, well, they're still out and about.
So this album was such a big deal that David Bowie took note of it.
Wow.
He loved this album. He participated with the band in a couple shows.
Cool.
He would be a surprise guest and just pop out and sing Wake Up with them.
Cool.
You go, and then David Bowie steps out on stage. What a treat.
The guy from Zoolander.
I hate you for saying that. Okay, so how much did this album cost to make?
$10,000.
Which is insane.
That's so cheap for such like...
That's nothing for something like
your
this.
Career is set for, like you have... And also like you've changed the landscape of...
You've changed it. Yes, exactly, man. My last little tidbit. When I was living in New Orleans, David Bowie passed away. And when there's a funeral in New Orleans, it's like a big parade.
Yeah.
And you celebrate their life.
Yeah.
So it's called a second line. So there's more people than Mardi Gras. No traffic was shut down. There was like millions of people in the city for this. And guess who led the second line parade? Fucking Arcade Fire.
Wow.
I saw them walking down. We all went to this bar. What is her name? I don't know how to pronounce it. Regine was like dancing on top of a bar. DJing.
Wow.
Like playing music and stuff. It was so sick. Oh, they use a lot of instruments in this band.
Yeah.
They use guitar, drums, bass guitar, piano, violin, viola, cello, double bass, xylophone, glockenspiel, keyboard, synth, French horn, accordion, harp, mandolin, and a hurdy-gurdy.
Well, it was recorded at Hotel 2 Tango.
Oh, yes, it was.
Who produced this, actually?
It was recorded over the course of a week at Hotel Totango, Howard Billerman's 24-track analog recording studio in Montreal,
Cool.
Quebec. So that's why it has such a nice sound too. It's that nice warm sound because it's on tape. It's not digital, which is, we like
Chef's
that.
Kiss.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, yeah, Chef's Kiss.
This gets released in 2004. This is 3 years post 9/11.
Yeah.
The themes on this album are very much about like leaving childhood and having to kind of like fend for yourself, growing into adulthood and stuff. And I remember 2004, like George Bush and Bin Laden and all that shit was like just permeating the culture.
Is this one that he got the shoe thrown at him?
That was, I think, maybe a couple of years later.
Okay.
But
anyways,
but like it was there, like that stuff was just everywhere in the culture.
yes.
I mean, like it wasn't even like Bush being like, I want to be everywhere. It was just everybody.
He was just everywhere.
Like, got focused on all of this stuff and like sort of like this sort of picks up where Amnesiac left off. Where it's like,
yeah, dude.
Now this horrible thing happened and we're living in the world that's post that, and it felt a lot like a lot of our parents were really distracted by how like the world was changing and stuff, and then we kind of had to, as kids, I was just about 12 at the time, like kind of figure out your own like way of viewing the world and stuff, because people were starting to like, it just rapidly changed all of a sudden. And I think that this album really helps capture that feeling too. And I bet you there's a lot of people who were just a couple years older than me, who were like 14 or something when this came out, who were like, this is really understanding what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people aren't.
It's like that sweet spot age range, right?
Yeah.
Like I was 8 when this came out, so I wasn't.
You weren't quite there.
No.
I was like 11 or 12 depending on the month, and I was also not quite there,
Yeah.
But I think people who were like just starting
14,
out in high
15,
school or something,
that's like their lifetime album.
Yeah, that's like, they're like, these people understand what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, what's the gear? What's the gear you got?
So I just did Win Butler. You can't do everybody.
Yeah.
He plays a black Fender Jaguar, a surf green Jazzmaster,
Mm-hmm.
which is also nice. A 72 Tele Custom.
Okay.
These aren't specifically the exact guitars used on this album, but this is what he was using at the time.
Sure.
On Wake Up, there's a walnut brown Gibson ES 335 12 string for the intro power chords.
Wow.
That's what gives it the beefiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhere on the album, a black Rickenbacker 360 is played by Richard Perry. Richard Perry also plays this like super weird semi-hollow body with the bottom like cut out on the bottom. Somewhere there's a cutaway Martin acoustic used on the album. I just couldn't find what kind, what year, nothing.
Yeah.
And then, dude, this is like the little golden nugget I was so excited to find.
Cream of the crop.
Anyways, it's a 1970s Mossrite Gospel.
Okay.
It's a semi-hollow Mossrite guitar, and I didn't know those existed until today when I was looking this up.
Oh, cool.
And he removed the vibrato bar. It's just a really pretty guitar. There's a single picture of him using it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Yeah. And then he also uses a Hagstrom Swede in Wild Cherry Finish, mid-70s.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, he uses some weird gear, but it gets like this nice sound, this nice tone, and a cool look. You want to get into the music?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. All right, so the first song is in the Four Neighborhoods Suite. This is gonna be neighborhood number 1.
Yeah.
Tunnels. Damn, what an intro, dude!
What an intro.
Wow, that nice little like raindrop piano with that killer guitar hook. He's got like the mids cranked up on it, and it's like sounds kind of like squeeze boxy. It's really good shit, man.
All these instruments are incredibly well layered.
Yes.
This thing is so well produced.
Yeah, great vocal melody. Oh, dude, the drum comes in with the closed hi-hat.
Yeah.
It's like a disco beat, right?
Yeah, they're doing sort of like disco beats.
Dude, I love like rocky guitars with a disco beat.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
I mean, like the lyrics are about like, the snowfall and stuff, like digging tunnels into the town, kind of becoming like self-reliant. kind of as a child, and he's like, our skin grew used to the cold and our hair grew long and we had children and stuff. Yeah, it's very. Like the themes of the album are up front. All
what you're getting
put right there, musically and lyrically. Like it is all right up there at the front, and you know what you're getting. Great intro to an album.
It was. Oh
man. Yeah, it's a really good song, but I don't know if I have anything else to capitalize on.
The vocals match the guitar hook at some point, and it's really nice. It adds just so much like depth to the song. Yeah. It's just like big and spacious. Like they're occupying like a whole entire arena with this song. You know what I'm saying? Their sound is just big. It's cool, and you have like J.W. Francis had this like smaller sound. It's not like you're in like a room like this with like a bedroom. With him, But that's
the last thing that we listened to. Yeah.
This is big and grand.
This is big and grand, and and that's where, I was reading about this. People were like, "Yeah, this is more like arena. Like they've like kind of brought arena rock to indie rock." Which I think maybe because I grew up listening to the Killers and stuff.
Maybe it doesn't hit as hard for you.
Yeah, so I'm like listening to this, and I'm like, really, this was. But I need to put myself.
It's in the context
of like when, at the time, right? The Killers weren't around yet. They had another year to come around.
Remember, it was Nickelback. It was Linkin Park.
Right. So this was
new metal everywhere.
Fresh and different.
Yes, dude. And imagine seeing that live, and it's like drum beat, you're just jumping with the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm getting like goosebumps,
man. And listening to this right now in that context, I'm like, absolutely. Like, I could see myself at the Pepsi Center in Denver.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We move on to the second neighborhood suite in the suite of 4. Neighborhood number 2.
Laika.
Oh, Laika. There's a lot going on in this song.
There's a lot going on in this song.
You just said there's accordion in the back?
There's accordion.
That's played by
accordion
Regine.
To the internet. It's played by Regine.
Regine, yeah. Is that how you say it? Regine?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Or Regine. This song especially reminds me a lot of Modest Mouse, specifically in This Is a Long Drive for Someone with Nothing to Think About. That album.
This is the green one?
No, Green Album is when they start to make popular music. This is from '96, actually. You might really like this album. I think you'd be into this album. This is
cool. I'm gonna listen to that on the train. This
is before they became more poppy, which I'd still argue they're not. They're not as poppy as they could be. But
Mia just suggested "Time Bomb" by Rancid to cover.
Do you enjoy this song?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It is a punk song at its core.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're just screaming.
Yeah.
It sounds like some like shitty Ramones song if you just like isolate the vocals.
Yeah.
But they add in the accordion. He's playing all the harmonics on his guitar as like the verse.
Yeah.
That's unusual, man.
Yeah.
I wrote down it has a sea shanty punk feel.
Sure.
It's great.
It's
hear great.
I hear where that's coming from.
It's a great transition between this one and like the next couple. There's just a nice flow to the album right now that I'm really enjoying.
Oh, this album flows.
Oh, it's a
really
masterpiece.
Well.
Yes.
Yeah, in the lyrics they reference Alexander Supertramp, the guy who wandered off into the woods
and made a classic rock band.
And no, he died.
I know, dude.
And
that's that's the Into the Wild.
And Into the Wild.
Yeah.
And the dog that went to space.
Laika.
Yeah,
the Russian dog.
I think that they're trying to just draw a parallel there.
Of
them, like they're gonna go on this grand adventure and they're never gonna return. Yeah, alone. Yeah, they're actually never gonna come back. And I think that does have to do with like maybe a little bit of like when you leave as a child, like to go out into the world, sort of like following the themes of neighborhood, right? That part of you kind of goes away forever, and you're kind of jaded at a certain point.
Because it's part of life. You can't escape being jaded.
Yeah,
even in the smallest capacity.
Escape, it
just happens.
Growing up. Yeah.
You want to tell them the title of this next one?
What is it? Un Annie Sans Lumiere?
Yeah, I don't know how to say it, but it's translated to A Year Without Light.
How do you like A Year Without Light? Man,
this song is great. The energy is like kind of lower, right?
Yeah, at the start.
yeah, it's a great kind of like easing you on through the album. You're floating down the creek, right?
Yeah.
It's good. It has a groove to it that I really like.
Yeah.
The melodies, the instrumental melody with the vocal melody, they work really well together.
That guitar that just like even opens with just carries it. That guitar is so
fantastic.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
I love it. I love how that drum beat, a really simple drum beat, guides the vocals into.
Yes.
It all really works well at the start of the song. Yeah.
Do you like this song?
Yeah. I think this is my second favorite on the album.
Wow, really?
Yeah. They've got a little bit of like some like soft synth like way in the background.
Oh yeah.
It reminds me a lot of The Killers.
It's really subtle.
Yeah, it's really subtle. If it was pushed up to the front even more, I would hear it a little more and be even more like The Killers.
Right.
But yeah, it's back there. It's really good. It's a really good like just supporting synth. Just right
yeah, you gotta be like listening.
Yeah.
And then we get to the end, the last little section, dude.
Yeah, and it rocks out.
I wish they wrote a whole song that sounded like that.
I know. Well, they could. I argue they could even bump it up just a little more, considering the next track they're about to go into.
Yeah,
they could even go a little harder. But honestly,
it's perfect for how it is. It's fine.
I think even like if you heard it this way, and then they made it just a little heavier live too,
and a little longer.
Worth it to maybe like because then you see it this way, kind of like the "I want you to want me" kind of thing, where it's like slower on the album, and then you see it live, and you're like, this fucking kills. Yeah. Right?
Then we go into
Neighborhood number 3.
Power Out. Oh, what do you think of Neighborhood number 3?
Oh, that's my favorite. This is my favorite on the album.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's my second favorite.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, second favorite for sure.
They've got like that dark, like electric guitar. It's like kind of coursing through the back the whole time.
It's layered really,
and
really
that is
well.
That is speaking directly to the 9 Inch Nails fan in me.
Oh, yes,
I'm just like, this kicks ass. Like, just like having like some dark, just like right underneath the surface kind of tone that's going on the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, done, dude.
And they flip it up. They have like
cooked.
They have that super scary part, and then it flips to something that's like very like airy, and it has like the little glockenspiel, and he's singing, and it goes right back to that scary shit, kind of like the Turtles thing.
Yeah.
I think this is a great example of great songwriting. Nice little guitar solo in the middle. That's it's a 5-minute song, but it's like it doesn't feel super long. It kind of like breezes by.
I don't mind it too. I like living in this one for a little bit before moving on in the album.
Same.
I feel like the lyrics are about loss and wisdom. Especially like maybe taking up a leadership role when others around you are clueless, but you've got the foresight from a unique perspective on what to do. Power's out.
Yeah. Power's out, gone, get it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of the titles so far? Tunnels, Laika.
Oh, great. I really like a concept in an album.
Me too, man.
I love a concept in an album.
Me too.
And it's not the whole album, really. They've got, like, subsections that do it.
Yeah, like it's interrupted by A Year Without Light, right? It's not some 4-shot suite that is just going.
Neighborhood number 4 is kind of the end of it. I mean, those themes continue, but Neighborhood number 4 is the end of this certain, like, story, but the themes carry on.
Right. It's like a collection. It's like a storybook, right? A couple little stories in there.
Yeah.
Good book filled with good stories.
I've got a couple albums coming up later in the year that are through and through concept albums.
Nice.
That like have a story.
Cool. Neighborhood number 4.
Yeah.
7 Kettles.
This is so perfectly placed in the album.
Yeah.
I think this comes at just the right time, man.
Yes.
I mean, Neighborhood number 3, that's the other thing. It's 5 minutes.
It took all my energy away for a second. There's a lot going on.
Going to this, and it's just nice and relaxed. And
makes me think of like a little cottage in like the Canadian countryside.
Did you ever see Her?
Oh yeah, but I don't know.
He goes to they go to a cabin at some point in the snow, and he puts a kettle on. And it just makes me think of that.
Dude, this song is fucking great. It's so gentle.
It is.
It's like they're holding me gently right when I need it most after being scared by Neighborhood 3.
They continue these like themes of poverty that are in number 3 too. Yeah, I think it's just a great continuation that kind of ends this little
saga. It's done. And the ending, it's like the strings are there, and then it just kind of fades out with the kettle.
Oh, it's a beautiful song.
It is, dude. Next we have Crown of Love. Yeah, it's a fade out. Dude, it's such a nice like bouncy waltz at the beginning. Mm-hmm. It's still continuing like that gentle theme of Seven Kettles. Right. But in the middle, there's this humongous like cinematic swell. Yeah. That is really just, it's got me locked in. I'm so like. Yeah.
They got all the strings on this.
They got all the orchestras with them. The chord progression is really interesting too. Yeah. Dude, it's just beautiful. Like the piano line. Everything is working in tandem to be this like beautiful piece of music.
Yeah. This like player piano is kind of with him at the beginning. You know, like the sound of it is like.
Yeah, it's almost like honky tonky, like ever so slightly out of tune, you know? Like an upright piano, you know?
And then it breaks into the drums and the strings. And it's very
the breakdown or the speed up part.
That's where just where you're talking about like being cinematic, I think. Yeah. Is like right there. They kind of just talk here about the pains of love and who you choose to reveal them to. And, very indie rock.
Oh, dude, especially when they speed it up.
Yeah.
They got that disco beat in there.
I would say that it's a really good song. And it comes perfectly in the album.
Yes, great placement.
This might be my least favorite on the album. I think this is still like perfectly placed for where it is in the album.
It's not the strongest song, but it's at the strongest point in the album.
Yeah.
It fades out and transitions
into...
That song is called Wake Up.
Wake Up. Yeah, what do you think of this?
Oh my god, dude, it's my favorite on the album. It's one of my favorite songs ever. It is just...
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Wow. If it was in like my top 100 songs, it'd be there.
It's somewhere in there.
It's somewhere in there, yeah. It's just like, it's grand. It's huge. It's bigger than the band. It is just this huge sound. Yeah. You know, it's like, it always made me want to go on this huge grand adventure and like find myself or whatever the hell. You know?
It's an enormous sound.
Dude, yes, thank you. It's enormous. This song is enormous.
Mm-hmm. The song was enormous too. This thing was fucking, like I said earlier, it was everywhere.
Yeah, so they have that like excellent 12-string 335 distorted all to hell, but it's got like a great tone. It's such a simple line, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It really drives.
Yeah.
It really drives it.
And he like drags his fucking fingers all the way down the keyboard.
Yeah. I think it's because they stop. I think it's because they pause. They go. It's that pause in there that keeps it like.
It makes it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it flips up the vibe and goes to like this little section going up to the 7th.
Yeah. It feels like this is going thematically with the rest of the album.
Yeah.
It's a warning to children about being equipped to handle past traumas as you
very relevant to everyone right now,
especially in 2004. Yeah. Haiti is the next one.
What do you think, dude?
Yeah, Haiti. It's so dancey and you know,
it's so indie, dude.
Well, you think it's indie, and then it gets really fucking indie once Regine starts singing on it.
We finally get to hear her like sing a whole song.
I know. Yeah,
her voice is great.
Because her voice is so good. I'm surprised she's not in more.
I feel like a lot of times when people switch singers like this far into the album, it kind of throws off the vibe. Yeah, it's like still this. It's like a different sound than the rest of the album, but it's still really working to serve the purpose of the album, like sound wise.
Yeah.
It's a great contrast from Wake Up, you know. This is exactly what you need after that song. Something like really light and like whimsical,
and kind of just taking a right turn. You know, because I think if they went back to anything they had done so far,
it would have been overdone.
It would be like, yeah, we heard that and you built on it, and so kind of the only option now is to like kind of just switch it up entirely for a song. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's super dancey.
Yes,
Think about soldiers unjustly like thrown into war, like your body returning to the earth when you die. That the way that they like you were just telling me, the way they creep the synth into the beginning.
Yeah.
I love.
It's like they modulated the pitch up and down just like a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so nice.
I bet you it's an analog thing because it's got that warm, like ever so slight little warble.
Sure. Yeah.
It sounds just fucking great. All right, Rebellion.
Lies. This is one of my other favorites on the album.
Why?
Oh, it's just so much fun and dancey, and it's big. And it feels like a return to form. We sort of left it a little bit, and then we're coming right back in, and back to kind of the usual like style that we left for a moment, which is totally fine. Like it works because it's not like, oh, more of this. You're leaving it and coming back.
But it's still kind of like off to the side a little bit. The voice, the vocals in the back are like,
yeah.
They're still doing like different stuff that's adjacent to that initial sound, which is cool.
Yeah, they're still changing it up enough. The strings at the end really help carry this whole thing out.
Yeah,
yeah. What do you think?
Dude, I mean, like, I feel like a lot of the time when we're talking about this music, we share the same opinions.
Yeah.
I think the same shit. It's perfectly placed. Yeah. I love the sound that they establish and to, like, leave it for a second.
Yeah.
And then to come back to it, it feels like almost even, like, better.
Yeah.
Right? Like living in New York, I love living here. I have to leave sometimes to, like, take a breath. But then when I come back, I love the city even more. The song has a great guitar tone.
Yeah.
Great guitar progression, chord progression. It's a little unique. The bass intro is very driving and punchy.
Yeah.
I like how it matches the bass drum.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right when the bass comes in at the start.
Oh, watch out.
Watch out, ears.
Dude, we got, do you have anything else to add?
He's just saying about like closing your eyes to the atrocities in the world. Just keeping the theme
Deep
of the album, of like, there's just, I think that they're like doing like kind of building, they're very good at building this album out because they're doing like building blocks of what it's like to grow older and stuff and starting to like realize like what role of leadership do you play and how do you live your life with trauma and how do you keep yourself aware of atrocities in the world. And I think they do a good job of just like kind of piecemeal being like, this is part of growing up and this is part of growing up and this is part of it. And it really breaks things down in a way that like, the world could have felt like it was ending to a lot of people at the time. It felt like too much. And it's like, no, we'll break this up and you can deal with everything. You don't have to do everything at once. You can deal with growing up in all these different ways. Yeah.
Damn, that was insightful. Here I'm like, I like the sound of the guitar. Last song, In the Back Seat.
Yeah.
What a great closer name. The ending is cool.
A somber tone,
Very much.
The album, which
it returns to that initial sound a lot.
And it's kind of a goodbye to Regine's mother, Alice. Yeah. What do you think?
Oh yeah, it's just it's sad.
Yeah.
Dude, the strings ending, it just kind of like they're petering out like very slowly over the course of literally like almost a minute and a half of a fade out.
Yeah.
For the strings. It's incredible, dude. It's like you're just there.
You kind of get a moment to like digest what you've just like listened to, I was like, they didn't get Bjork to like guest sing on this song. I was like, I think that's Regine, but I don't know. Like, yeah, because she sounds a lot like Bjork. She does. On this track. Yeah,
her voice is killer.
Great job.
Oh yeah, dude. I love that she brings the accordion back for this song too.
Yeah.
Super good. Dude, oh my god, I love this album so much. Every time I listen to it, I like it more and more and more.
Yeah.
Every subsequent listen.
It's a great ending to because basically what she's saying is like she's been in the back seat of the car while her mother drives, and then her mother was one of the people who passed away.
Yeah. And
so now she has to there's a line that says like crashed into the driver's seat. Like she has to suddenly steer herself because her mom's gone. And it's very much like the ending of the album sort of, it feels like the way that it sort of fades out on the strings too. I kind of picture a car driving further away down the road, like where you can't hear it anymore.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, and that's her, like, she has been kind of forced into this role of like, I'm no longer
a kid.
I'm no longer a kid. Like I am an adult, and this has kind of forced me to understand that I'm like in this adult role now. And it kind of like that ties together the theme of the album.
It does.
I'm like a step or two back still from like completely, like getting Arcade Fire. But I think that this is such a well-made album. And
self-produced.
I love how the themes just all tie in so well. I mean, like it's such a tight, well-written album.
And it's their first.
It's their first album, which is crazy. Yeah. Would you own this on vinyl?
Hell yeah, I would, dude. I'd spin this till the record ran dry.
Yeah,
Oh my god. How about you?
No, I probably wouldn't.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's still a good album. This was a really, really influential album, right? This thing goes on to be one of the like
critically fucking acclaimed.
Yeah, everybody references it now and they talk about like, oh, what albums like changed the world and whatever. It ranks as number 500 on Rolling Stone's top 500 greatest albums of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
This album has the second most appearances on end of the decade top 10 lists, only behind Radiohead's Kid A, the partner album to Amnesia.
Wow. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You should go listen to our other episode about Amnesia.
Amnesia. It's a great album.
So good.
So I was going to say, for as influential as this album is, I think it was a sleeper for a little bit. Nobody notes this. Like, I haven't found anyone being like, well, it took a while to find. Everybody's like, this album came out and it changed the world. And I'm like,
not immediately.
I think it took like 4 months to start to get noticed.
Yeah, so it charts at number 169 during the week of January 22nd, 2005.
It's almost 5 months later.
For number 10, we have Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson. Confessions by Usher is number 9.
I remember when that came out.
Yeah, I do too. MTV Ultimate Mashup presents Collision Course. Jay-Z and Linkin Park. Whoa.
I remember when that...
Number 8.
They mashed up Jay-Z and Linkin Park, and then it was only a couple years later they mashed up Kanye and 30 Seconds to Mars.
Wow.
It was this whole...
Dude, the early aughts, man.
They were just throwing things at the wall, seeing what stuck.
Number 7 is Greatest Hits by Shania Twain.
What do you think of Shania Twain, dude?
I don't know anything about her to talk to you.
The amount of hits that she generated at the start of that career is crazy. She is incredibly good at writing like popular music.
Number 6 is Destiny Fulfilled by Destiny's Child.
Huge album.
Number 5 is The Red Light District by Ludacris,
which we ran into on a previous album.
Oh my god, yeah, what was it?
It wasn't this Ludacris album. They're using the same picture on this.
Oh.
It was Battle of the Sexes that was charting.
We have number 4, Get Lifted by John Legend. Number 3, we have Crunk Juice by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Yep. I would quote something from the album, but I don't know what's appropriate. So,
number 2, we have Encore by Eminem.
Dude, that album was huge when it came out. That was huge.
Yeah, it was.
And they have that song like Toy Soldiers on it. I listened to that.
I don't know any of his stuff by name.
When I was a kid.
And finally, something I listened to a lot growing up on a top 10 list. Oh, yeah. Number 1, American Idiot by Green Day.
Yeah. Yeah. We talked about
man.
This album kind of like getting at the heart of like growing up with the Bush administration and stuff.
Yeah.
American Idiot just straight attacks the Bush administration and how
good for them.
American politics is being handled at the time. That brought them back.
Dude.
Oh my god. They had Billy Joe has that full on emo look.
Yes. Before he tries to smash the guitar.
Road. Yeah, before he tries to smash the guitar because of Usher going overtime at the...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone else is in the top 10 at the same time. Yeah.
Dude, that's I Walk a Lonely Road. The only road that I could ever know.
The only road that I have ever known.
That I have ever known.
Yeah. Don't know where it goes. They
have
my god. The radio edit of it, he says all fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
But on the radio edit, it goes like, all nuffed up and everything's all right.
Really?
Yeah. This is a bit of like a snapshot in time right here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 2005.
Kind of coming to the end of Eminem having like problems to really rap about too. He's still dealing with past trauma and stuff, and at some point he kind of gets his shit together, except for he's got like his pill addiction and stuff, but you don't hear as much about like trailer home.
Right. He's not in like the shit of it.
Yeah. He's really had years away from all the stuff that happened with his mom and everything. Anyways.
Sick. Up next,
we've got Electric Warrior by T-Rex.
So when did this album come out?
This album, T-Rex comes out in 71. Mark Bolan is the main guy in T-Rex.
Dude, he is a cool guy. He's using some weird gear, and that's something I really appreciate.
Only original member. He is the band in a way.
Yeah,
you know?
he is Tyrannosaurus.
He is Tyrannosaurus. I don't know about Rex.
That was their debut name, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And then he changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, T-Rex.
T-Rex is cool.
Is a lot better. It's shorter.
Yeah.
Easier.
Yeah.
He's the main player in the band though. Mm-hmm. You have a relationship to T-Rex at
Dude,
all?
yes. Bang a Gong, Get It On was a song I love to hear on the radio. Mm-hmm. Just, dude, being a kid, my dad turned it on the radio, and it was always on, like, the deep cut station, or, like, just the classic rock station of the town, and this would come on a lot.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting in the back seat and being like, I like this, but I don't know why. Because I was, like, 10, you know? It's like, this is awesome.
Just because it kicks ass, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, who's this? And he goes, this is T-Rex. And I was like, oh my God, like a dinosaur?
Yeah.
So immediately it's cool.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I just always listened to this genre. You know, growing up with, like, my parents were born in 1964 and 5.
Sure.
So it's like this was their, the 70s was their, 70s and 80s was their shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
T-Rex, it's pretty much the same relationship to T-Rex, except for Jeepster was another one that played on the radio all the time.
I never heard that song until today.
That was...
Or like whenever...
99.5 The Hawk, which later became 99.5 The Mountain in Denver.
Cool.
That's like the classic rock station out there. We listened to that all the time.
Cool.
And Jeepster played a lot.
That's a good song.
Yeah, yeah. There were certain DJ favorites, you know?
Yes, and it varied by town.
Yes.
You go visit like a relative and you hear like different songs by the same artist.
Yeah.
That get played in the car a lot.
Yeah, when Jimmy Eat World's Bleed American album came out in Denver, 93.3, the alt rock station there, they played cuts from that album that I know did not play in other towns because I talked to people from other places later on in life. I was like, did they play this one all the time? They're like, what are you talking about? That is not a hit from that album.
Who's Jimmy Eat World?
Yeah, and I'm like, in Denver, that was a fucking hit.
Oh, side note, I think covering a Jimmy Eat World song would be really fun.
Oh, yeah.
What is that one song?
The middle.
This is star than earthquake, birds and snakes and airplanes.
That's REM. That's REM. That's not Jimmy Eat World.
Wow, I'm a little embarrassed. Anyway.
No, Jimmy Eat World's the middle. You just take some time, little girl, in the middle. Somewhere, there's some adult who would, if I like picked up a little bit of pop culture, it stuck. Like it stayed in my head. And some adult at some point, Bang a Gong was playing or something, and there was some adult nearby at like a backyard barbecue or something who just said like, oh, dude, Mark Bolan, that guy, he knew what he was doing, yada, yada, yada. And so...
You remembered that?
So since then, I didn't remember the name specifically, but I just remembered like T-Rex is more a one-man project made by some guy who people think of as a musical genius. And that was kind of my relationship to T-Rex just for the rest of my life. I never really listened to Electric Warrior. And then I listened to this album for the first time last year. Mm-hmm. And that was, I listened to the whole thing. I remember texting you and being like, dude, we have been sleeping on this album our whole lives. We've got to listen to this.
Yeah.
And
it's fucking great.
And it's fucking great.
It's a sleeper in modern days.
In modern days, right? Back then, I mean, it was, people
it was such a big deal that when he toured it in the fall of 1971 in the UK, there were scenes, it provoked scenes of fan hysteria unprecedented since the heyday of Beatlemania.
That's so cool.
Causing the press to dub the new craze T-Rex-tasy. That's how big of a deal this shit was. And like this album has turned into like a sleeper. No one knows it, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, and it's affected everything else since though. This is the second album after their debut, T-Rex. Which I don't know, just launched.
No, the debut was Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh right, you know what? Because I wrote it down as T-Rex. This album, Electric Warrior, was recorded at Trident Studios and Advision in London.
And Media Sound, New York.
And Media Sound in New York City. And Wally Hyder in New York. Wally Hyder in Hollywood. Wally Hyder, just for because this is like a major studio.
Yeah.
That was in San Francisco. That was established in 1969. It lasted until 1980. CCR, Jefferson Airplane, Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Oh my God.
The Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead are kind of required to play there because it's San Francisco. So they were in San Francisco, and then they designed a 24-channel mixing console and 8-channel monitor.
Cool.
And Q replicated for Hyder Studio 3 and Remote Truck in Hollywood. They wound up because I was so confused. I was like, how'd they record this in Hollywood if that place is in San Francisco? But anyways, yeah. So
good to clarify.
This album was recorded in 4 different locations.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Most people do it in one.
Tony Visconti produced this album.
Mm-hmm.
He, just because Bowie's probably going to come up even more in this episode.
Yeah, dude.
He played bass on the Man Who Sold the World album. So.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He did a lot more stuff, just specifically like that. I was like, okay, I think there's like a reason why I'm really tying T-Rex's glam rock sound to Bowie's glam rock sound. So before this, though, Ride a White Swan was a hit, followed by Hot Love. Have you listened to Ride? No.
No, dude.
The T-Rex's Boomerang song, I can't remember the full title.
I don't know.
Is a banger, dude. It comes out on the next album, but it's such a great song.
The Slider.
Yeah. It's badass. It sounds great. Mark Bolan played Top of the Pops in full glam rock outfit. That kind of like kicked off the whole glam rock.
He did?
Yeah, he goes on Top of the Pops. I wonder if I can find it.
What is Top of the Pop?
It was this show where they would artists would play on there and be featured, just like playing their music and stuff.
Like on TV, right?
Yeah.
Album cover designed by English art design group Hypnosis.
Yeah.
Spelled HIPGNOSIS.
Yeah.
It's based on a photo taken by Kieran Spud Murphy of Mark Bolan at a T-Rex concert in Nottingham on May 14, 1971. Mm-hmm. The image is printed in metallic gold on a matte black background, which is cool. Very like glam, you know?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the...
While you look for stuff, do you want me to talk about his gear?
Oh, yeah. Mark Bolan.
Oh, man. Okay, so Mark Bolan has a lot of cool stuff. He had a late 50s, which was most likely a 1958 Gibson Les Paul Standard. And at one point in time, he refinished it into a translucent orange color. He dubbed it Bolan Chablis. Or Chablis. I don't know what that means.
Oh, maybe it's Chablis?
Bolan, Chablis?
Well, there's...
Bolan Chablis?
There's Chablis, which is a type of wine.
Dude, that's probably a... Like Bolan wine or whatever.
Yeah.
They did it because it's similar to his hero Eddie Cochran's Gretsch guitar, which is super cool. Eddie Cochran is fantastic. Plays a beautiful guitar. I think that was his preferred guitar that he played all the time. He would run it through a Van Power amp a lot. It was just like weird off the wall, like not terribly popular amp, but I didn't like get too much information on why it was significant. It was just something different. Right? Everyone's using Fender stuff. Fender's great, but you can use Van Power and get a different sound.
Okay.
Right? It's so obvious on this album that like his sound is so, dude, it's unlike any other thing happening right now.
Yeah.
Just like Arcade Fire.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? But the trick is he runs everything. He always runs his guitar through his Rangemaster, which it just like boosts the treble.
Yeah. And
that's it.
And it's like welcome to a new sound.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's like high mids, high treble, and there's not too much bass to his guitar. Right? Yeah. It just has that cool sound. A lot of people do these days in like the lo-fi indie sound.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. It's like coming back full circle.
Yeah.
There are very clear examples of the Rangemaster being used on the rhythm tracks of Motivator and some solos on Lean Love, Get It On. He also has a 1971 black Gibson Flying V with added vibrato.
Cool.
Yeah, man. You know those were made in like the 50s?
No.
Like the original one was like 1959 or something. I don't know the year.
Cool.
They're old. They're so old. But I always thought they were like a 70s invention. Mm-hmm. He plays a late 60s Olympic white Strat with a rosewood fretboard. Mm-hmm. I can't talk. I mean, it's good shit. He wasn't like piling up his space with pedals, and he had the Rangemaster, some really good amps. He uses a Vox amp sometimes, but it's that Van Power and Rangemaster that's really doing it for him, you know?
So yeah, he shows up. He shows up on Top of the Pops.
Oh, okay.
And he's like dressed in like this like silver suit.
He looks awesome, man.
with like face makeup on and stuff, and that like kind of like kicks off glam rock fashion.
He's the one.
Yeah, he's the one. Like
cool.
I mean, that paired with this album just changes the landscape of music.
Oh yeah,
and that's where both of our albums are very like talking to each other like across decades.
It's
right?
cool,
like,
right?
Where you're changing how everything sounds. And then, so the reason why they were recording at different studios is because they were touring. Yeah, they were touring after the success of Ride a White Swan and Hot Love, and so then they were able to record Electric Warrior at studios in the U.S.
It's pretty cool, recording while on tour.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bolan changed his writing style for this album. Previously, on his own albums, and then on the first Tyrannosaurus Rex album, he did like fantasy lyrics, kind of like J.R.R. Tolkien style stuff.
Yeah, kind of like how like Led Zeppelin would do sometimes.
Well, yeah, they're like the example of a band that just like does that, and they're successful. So he decided to be more personal on this album.
Cool. I mean, I think it was a good decision.
Unlocked something for him. Yeah. Rick Wakeman from Yes is featured on this album.
Oh my god.
Bert Collins, the jazz trumpeter. Ian McDonald from King Crimson is on here. Flo and Eddie from the Turtles are doing some high backing vocals.
That's twice they've come up in this episode.
Yeah. This opens with Mambo Sun.
Dude, Nate, what do you think of the opening track?
Oh, what a great intro to this whole album.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Man, you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting going in.
Yeah.
Ooh, some groovy, just like incredible guitar. His voice is just carrying this thing.
It's like chill, but like it has that energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not like, the drums could be like more up front, and then it would be a little too much. I wouldn't think to do it like this. And it's so kind of, it's like rock and roll, but it's laid back enough. It's like this perfect combination. It's so good. What do you think?
Dude, it's I just like never ever listened to any of this before.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like because this is not how I thought the album would go.
Yeah.
And in my head, glam rock was something totally different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, this is the origins of glam rock, so this is so different in like the context of the time. Dude, it just has that. It just has like a nice, chill sound. He's not overplaying ever.
Yeah.
He's got like some really unique vocals, and of course the guitar tone. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds fantastic.
Yeah, that guitar sounds great.
Yeah.
He's just got some imaginary lyrics.
Oh yeah, what does he sing about?
Nothing really for this whole album. He's not. There's nothing I got to really unpack, but it's just very like kind of cosmic.
He's just jamming
stuff. Yeah, he's just jamming on.
That's cool.
Nobody knows what the Mambo Sun really is. Like, and it's fine. It's sort of like kind of nonsense lyrics a little bit. It's fun.
It's fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's a good song. Great opener.
Brings us into Cosmic Dancer.
This is my least favorite on the album.
Yeah, it's what I said. Great strings and layering of instruments. Pretty repetitive.
Very. The first thing I write is lyrics. LOL.
I know. He's like, I'm dancing when I'm 12. I'm dancing when I'm 35. I'm dancing when I'm dead. Like, I'm like, okay. You came dancing out of the womb and you just.
I could see this in like a movie in like the early exposition, like the very start of when things start ramping up.
Right.
You know. It's nothing like. The guitar solo at the end, he runs it in reverse, which I really liked.
Yeah.
That was sick.
That's really cool. And I do like the strings remind me a lot of like ELO, where they're like very like a supporting player that's like right there that you can hear. But yeah, no, not the song isn't necessarily for me.
Same.
Yeah. It goes, I mean, I don't really like the song. It's fine placement in the album. And then Jeepster.
Dude, I love the song. This is my favorite on the album.
My favorite too. Jeepster, this is the other one that like growing up, I heard this on the radio.
Cool. I never heard this before the listen.
Oh, really?
Never. I've never heard it before.
I wish, man.
It was killer. I was like, whoa, dude, this is sick.
I'm just a vampire for your love. And I'm gonna suck ya. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it is, dude. Yeah, that guitar tone is sick. It's driving.
The hand drums in there are adding just enough.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so well layered. The solo is perfect in this song. I love this song. It's a fantastic song.
It is.
Everybody needs to listen to Jeepster. It's the guitar that comes in the back during the chorus.
It's that special tone he has.
It's like beefy and stuff. It's like behind everything. It's
dude, why is it called Jeepster?
I have no idea what a Jeepster is, but well, I know what a Jeep is, but I don't know. He references cars a lot for somebody who had like he never learned how to drive because he was deathly afraid of cars.
Maybe he's trying to face his fears.
A little bit. I mean, there's more car references coming up.
What do we got next?
Monolith.
Cadillac? Monolith, man. What do you think?
It's fucking groovy, man. Right up top. Yeah. Like you said, that record scratch in there.
Oh, yeah. It's like the record. It's like the needle of the record. It falls off.
Yeah.
Like it's like the table's not balanced. It goes zip.
Or do you put that in there so people would like run and check?
You think so? Yeah, he probably did.
That's how you had to buy it, you know?
That's fucking funny.
The bass and just like these like kind of like bare drums are just in there. Mm-hmm.
He uses a wah pedal real nice.
Yeah.
It's not like crazy blown out like full cock, no cock. It's like nicely he's riding like rocking back and forth in the middle. Mm-hmm. It's cool. Lots of guitar work on here that I like.
Yeah, this is the song where I think I can really hear him like he's beating Bowie to the punch on glam rock.
You think so?
Well, because Bowie comes out with Spiders from Mars next year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know? He beats him. I mean, like he gets this out before that. I mean, this is just barely beating him out.
Yeah.
And Bowie might have listened to this and been like, I figured it out.
So, he listened to this, man.
Yeah. Honestly, he
probably loved it.
He seemed like such a chill dude that he would have been like, oh yeah, I definitely, got ideas from T-Rex. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. Great song.
The song titles, they're fantastic.
Lean Woman Blues.
Dude, it's a great standard, like 8-bar blues song.
Yeah,
and it starts it out. He goes, take 10. There's some studio talk, and then he goes, 1, 2, and I buckle my shoe.
Yeah. It's so good. It kicks right in.
It makes it, dude.
It's like it's a blues. It's like a take on the blues a bit because it is just it's sort of like your standard blues. And
he even has like the turnarounds and everything he's playing on the guitar.
But he's putting his own it's a T-Rex song. Like he's putting his spin on it. It's this is one of my favorites on the album too.
It's good. It's probably
so sick.
It's probably my third favorite.
Okay. Is the next one your second favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's probably like everybody's favorite. Bang a gong, dude. Bang a gong. Get it on.
No, man. It was called Get It On.
It's Get It On, Bang a Gong?
Get It On.
It's just Get It On.
And then it was retitled Bang a Gong, parentheses, Get It On, by the U.S. record company.
Right, well, they're probably like, nobody knows what this fucking album is. We need to sell them.
It's called Get It On. It's having sex. It's glam rock. Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Do you know what banging a gong is?
Sex?
No, it's what jazz musicians call doing a line of coke.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Man, dude, this song is ultra famous. Holy shit.
I know this might be the first like classic rock song we've covered on here.
Yeah.
Because we have like Rainy Day Women, but some people know it, some people don't. I think that this is like
everyone knows the song.
Everyone knows this song. Yeah. Bang a gong, get it on. Get it on. Yeah, do a line of coke. The song is sleek and sexy.
Oh yeah, it is, dude.
Yeah, the way that he sings those vocals is so just like rolls right off the tongue, just really hot.
Mm-hmm. I mix this song up in my head with Radar Love by Golden Earring all the time.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Yeah, Radar Love is a complex song.
Yeah, yeah,
to say the least.
I don't know why. It's just I keep hearing that in my head when I go to think of this.
When he hits the third verse on this too, the backing vocals stay with him, so it changes it just enough that it's engaging.
Dude, yes. I thought it added a lot.
Yeah, this song really. This is another showcase of just how well layered this album is. Planet Queen. Well, it's alright. Love is what you want.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's.
What do you think, man?
It's the perfect song to follow Bang a Gong on this album.
Yeah.
I think it goes perfectly into this. Dragon Head, Machine of Lead.
What a great lyric.
He's talking about a car, this guy.
He's talking about cars, but he's scared of them.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's people who know about Mark Bolan who are listening to this, and I'm not going to give away like everything that happens with cars to him later, because I will probably do another T-Rex album later down the road.
What happens with the cars?
Something awful.
Oh my god.
Fucking awful.
Is that how he dies?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about...
Is he forecasting his own future?
He kind of is. It's crazy. But we're talking about Electric Warrior.
Are you going to cut all that out?
No, I'll leave it.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Use my head like a revolver. She's got his head spinning. Because you spin the thing.
Oh, dude.
That's some good...
That's good songwriting.
Fun little lyrics,
yeah.
You know? It's not... I like this song.
I love him.
What do you think?
It's great, dude. He's got great rubbery electric tones on his guitar. It just sounds like a rubber with electricity. I don't even know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
It's a great follow-up to Bang a Gong.
Yeah.
It's not showing off or anything. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of there. You're still jamming with Mark.
Next song's Girl. The horn in there, mixed with that guitar,
it's
makes
fantastic.
me think a lot of For Emma Forever Ago by Bon Iver, because there's a ton of acoustic with horns in the back on that album. It's all over the place.
I don't remember.
Oh man,
I never listened to Bon Iver that much. Just the one.
Oh yeah, dude. For Emma Forever Ago is like that album is like mostly acoustic with horns.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
But
That's
makes me think of this, and because this is called Girl, it feels like it's like required to be like a acoustic ballad or something.
Yeah, right.
No,
it was good. I liked it. I just put like real low key acoustic ballad, a nice sound to his acoustic guitar.
Yeah, and then at the very end, some electric comes in. At the very end.
There's a great spot in the album too for this one.
Yes, it is. Yeah, because we got a couple driving songs right in a row, and then this one kind of slows it down.
It's like you parked the car.
Yeah. The next one is The Motivator.
Damn, dude, this is like my third favorite. This one was good.
Yeah.
That guitar has...
Song.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's got a great slap back on there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that guitar sounds great.
He knows what he's doing. Like, he knows exactly what he wants his guitar to sound like, and he finds that sound.
He does. He's getting back to the poppy stuff after the slow song.
Right,
He's
good for
really
him.
Getting this album to flow really well.
I love that he like backs up from the mic and he goes, ow.
Yeah. He has two great solos in this song too.
Oh yes, I know.
Yeah,
he's a great player too. He doesn't like overplay. He's not showing off. He
knows
jamming.
right where it needs to be for this to be a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, Life's a Gas.
Life is fucking hilarious. It really is a gas. Dude, he's got some weird tones on this song.
Yeah,
the line's like
yeah.
At first I was like, is that a synth?
Yeah,
but it's just like he's got like some kind of like octave fuzz pedal or something.
Yeah.
Something weird.
It's
cool. It's unique as hell.
Threading the needle on this, like where he is just like, this is a fun song, but it's not as poppy as the last one. And I'm like, you're still carrying this album. Like you're still keeping this going.
It's low key, but it's carrying it well.
Yeah.
I like
Interstellar lyrics. He's saying something like falling in love with a star or a woman who's a star or something.
Cool.
Stars are made of gas. So
my god, dude!
So I'm like,
oh my god,
him being fun and stuff.
I think he's just having a good time, dude.
Yeah, this is a nice just kick back and listen to it.
This is like what he's
spinning on your turntable.
Spin your turntable, get fucking high, and you just be like, life is a gas, man. I'm a gas.
Wait, And then final track on the album.
Rip off. What do you think, dude?
Dude, what a great way to end the album.
Oh, it's a rip off.
They're like, let's just throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at this last song. Let's like have saxophone just stacked on everything, and he's freaking out at like from the beginning of the song.
He sounds like almost like mad or like almost mad that the record's over.
Yeah. I mean, he's going all out at the end of it. You're gonna be left with an impression, and he's just like, for the last song, he's like, let's just like take a completely different turn, and let's just like end this on like a memorable note.
Which is the exact same way Arcade Fire ended their album. Yeah. Which is pretty bizarre.
Well, they ended theirs in this like kind of like toned down kind of song.
No, I'm talking about literally like the last seconds of these albums.
Oh, yeah.
The strings fade to nothing, and this one, the strings fade to nothing.
Yeah. Look at that. Hey, that's a great way to end any album, kind of.
Yeah, right? Know? You can't go wrong with that.
I was looking online at people's comments about these songs and stuff, and on one of the websites, somebody's comment was, "Oh my gosh, are you serious? No comments on this song? What the hell is wrong with you people? My all-time favorite T-Rex song is no comments. That saxophone is like heroin for your eardrums. God damn, the lyrics made me laugh and run down the street and punch someone in the face at the same time." And that's kind of the feel of this song.
It is. That's kind of accurate. Where was that? Where did you read that?
I think it was on Song Meanings.
Dude, that's hilarious.
That comment's from 15 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah. You think you just know what to expect, and then this comes out of nowhere. The horns and the strings just like make this song flow when it shouldn't flow. It should be like jagged and stuff.
Yeah.
He has just fucking got it. He knows what he is doing. He's in control. And then it ends on this. And then Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers rips off this song.
No
using
way.
The major chord 7. And he purposefully did it that way because he wanted to be ripping off a song called Rip Off. He thought it would be really funny.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So the Chili Peppers song is a rip-off of a rip-off.
Yeah. And the song itself is not really, but his major chord 7 he got from this song. He was like, I want to pull something from that song just so I can say I ripped off rip off.
Nah, that's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
What do you think? Like I know I talked a lot about this song. Like, is there anything else you want to add about it?
No, it just sounds mean and like gritty, and it's like, bam, surprise. Here's Mark. He's like in your fucking face, and he's showing you his tone of like his gear and stuff, and he's like, hey, this is me. Watch out. Don't forget it.
He's so, yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's such a great song. What a great way to end the album.
I agree. Would you buy it on vinyl?
Yeah, I would.
Cool.
How about you?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, this is a great album.
I know, but I get you. Really, that one song makes me think about not doing it. But
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But
I can't remember the name.
But I will. Yeah, the second song. Yeah, second track on the album. 24th of September, 1971. This gets released.
Cool. God, there's gonna be some good shit on here. Finally, a good Billboard.
I know, right? It finally charts the week of November 6th, 1971.
Nice.
It debuts at number 196, so it's barely even in the top 200. After this album, then his next album is in the top 10. You know,
what's it called again? Speedball or something? Bang a Gong Speedball?
No, it's the Slider.
Oh.
All right, but at number 10.
Here we go. Drum roll.
Who's Next by The Who?
Wow.
Ram.
Oh!
Paul and Linda McCartney.
Dude, oh my God. Thank you for saying Linda also.
Yeah.
Nice.
Every Good Boy Deserves Favor by the Moody Blues. Carpenters by the Carpenters.
Classic.
Teaser and The Fire Cat by Cat Stevens.
I don't know too much about Cat.
Ooh, what a great singer-songwriter. Tapestry by Carole King, a fantastic album. Number 4, being moved down from number 1 from the last week, is Imagine by John Lennon.
Can I be honest with you?
You don't like it?
I was never really into that song.
A lot of people don't like it.
As an adult, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And I would play, I adapted it for my guitar, and I'll play it all the time. But I just like, I don't know. I'm a fan of like the 4 of them together.
Yeah, I get it. I'll buy pretty much anything Beatles except Ringo. Number 3, Every Picture Tells a Story by Rod Stewart.
Dude, oh my god, I love Rod Stewart.
That's a great album. Number 2, Santana 3 by Santana.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Number 1 is the soundtrack from Shaft.
Shaft.
Shaft, number 1.
Cool. Dude, what a great recording session. We've been going for like, what, 8 hours?
Yeah. Dude, 2 great albums that I think like, they're sonically maybe not in conversation with each other. There's a lot of good layering that happens on the albums, but when it comes to legacy, both these albums...
Oh my god, dude, I know. They're right there in parallel.
Yeah. I mean, like, because I think we're going to continue to see what Arcade Fire leaves on society, but... I mean, like, Electric Warrior is pretty obvious.
It's stamped,
over
it's marked.
50 years on, like, yeah. Like, what it left behind. What's next week?
It's All a Loss by All a Loss and Parallel Lines by Blondie. With a cool guest star coming on that I'm really excited to have on the show.
We finally have another guest. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Nerd.